When the Formula 1 circus isn't on the road and the off-season is well and truly into its full stride, Formula 1 teams put maximum effort into getting ahead of the rest of the field. And some of the innovations that come out in the pre-season testing are damn right crazy. Sometimes crazy enough to cause the innovations to be outlawed and banned altogether. So strap in as we dive headfirst into the adrenaline-fueled world of Formula 1 and uncover its best-kept secrets. In this thrilling journey, we're about to unveil the top 3 craziest F1 innovations, each so mind-boggling that they were banned by the FIA. From groundbreaking technology that pushed the boundaries of speed, to ingenious designs that left the competitors scratching their heads. Join me in uncovering these amazing F1 innovations in the relentless pursuit of excellence on the racetrack. The 2020 Formula 1 season witnessed the unveiling of a groundbreaking innovation, the dual-axis steering system, or DAS for short, which was created by the Mercedes-AMG Petronas Formula 1 team. This system featured on their W11 car and revolutionised the sport. But it was not without controversy, and it was eventually banned by the FIA ahead of the 2021 season. But what was DAS? What did it do? And why was it banned? The W11 DAS system was a game changer, a true engineering marvel. It allowed the driver to adjust the toe angle of the front wheels whilst on track, which in simple terms enabled the driver to push or pull the steering wheel, altering the alignment of the front wheels, and this adjustment had 2 primary functions and also solved one of the major issues for the W11. It was simply too kind, and let me explain what I mean by that. The W11 excelled in many areas, and during a race could look after its tyres extremely well. However, this was a big issue when it came to qualifying and race restarts. The W11 was simply too kind to the tyres, and unable to generate enough heat in them before a push lap into a qualifying session or a safety car restart. However, DAS was able to eliminate this problem thanks to the on-the-fly toe adjustments. So now you may be wondering what toe is, and what it has to do with DAS. Well, toe is the angle between the tyre direction when moving forward and the tyre angles when viewed from above. And with the help of my trusty Lego McLaren here, I should be able to easily demonstrate just what toe is. In terms of the DAS system, this allowed Mercedes to achieve the following outcomes during races and qualifying. Whilst heading down the straights, the driver will toe in by pulling the steering wheel towards them. This would increase the front toe angle to straighten up the wheels and reduce drag down the straights, which essentially means more speed. Under braking, however, the driver will toe out by pushing the steering wheel away from them. This would increase the toe angle of the wheels outwards, which scrubs the tyres in order to generate temperature. And whilst exiting a corner, the driver will pull the steering wheel once again backwards in order to toe in once more and revert back to the standard car setup, which still carries a small amount of toe out. Whilst the visible DAS benefits were there for all to see, an often overlooked aspect to the system was the tactical flexibility it gave to the team and the drivers, making it near impossible for any other team to predict what strategy Mercedes would implement during any given race weekend, as the need to stick to a standard plan A, B, C or D could be adapted so easily dependent on what other teams are doing around them, which makes this one of the main reasons why the W11 was such a hard car to catch. Now, as you might imagine, the introduction of the DAS system was met with mixed reactions. While some praised Mercedes for their innovation, others were concerned about its legality. The FIA initially deemed the DAS system legal for the 2020 season, however, it was clear that it pushed the boundaries of the regulations, specifically in the area of movable aerodynamics. And by the end of the 2020 season, the FIA decided to ban the DAS system effective from the 2021 season onwards. The ban was primarily based around Article 10.5.2 of the technical regulations, which states that the realignment of the steered wheels as defined by the position of the inboard attachment points of the relevant suspension members that remain a fixed distance from each other must be uniquely defined by a monotonic function of the rotation position of a single steering wheel. In essence, the DAS system was ruled to be in violation of this regulation as it allowed adjustments to the toe angle of the front wheels beyond what was considered acceptable by the FIA. And in conclusion, the Mercedes W11 DAS system was a groundbreaking innovation that offered advantages in tyre management and straight line speed. However, its controversial nature led to its ban by the FIA as it stretched the limits of the regulations regarding movable aerodynamics in Formula 1. While it may no longer be in use, The DAS system will be remembered as a testament to Mercedes' relentless pursuit of the excellence of motorsport. We now travel back in time to the late 80s and the early 90s to look at a Formula 1 innovation that emerged and promised to change the game forever. So join me as we dive into the mesmerising world of how active suspension worked and why it was ultimately banned. But before we delve into the why, let's first understand the how. Active suspension was a technological marvel that sought to revolutionise the way Formula 1 cars handled and performed on the track. At its core, active suspension replaced the traditional mechanical spring and dampers with computer-controlled hydraulic systems. These systems continuously adjusted the car's ride height and damper rates, responding to various parameters in real time. But how did it work, you might ask? Well, let's break it down step by step. Active suspension started with an array of sensors. These sensors collected data on factors like the car's speed, acceleration, cornering forces, and tyre grip. The data was then transmitted to the car's onboard computer, which takes us into step 2. The onboard computer, equipped with sophisticated algorithms, analysed this real-time data, it assessed the car's behaviour, and made instant decisions about how to adjust the suspension. Which in turn leads us into step 3. The computer sent commands to the hydraulic actuators at each wheel, and these actuators pushed or pulled the suspension components, effectively changing the ride height and damping the characteristics of the car. Now, the beauty of active suspension lays in its precision. It can make microsecond adjustments, adapting to every bump, dip and curve of the track, and even reacting to driver inputs like braking, accelerating or steering. And the result of all this? Unparalleled stability and grip, making the cars feel like they were floating over the tarmac, all while maintaining tyre contact with the ground for maximum traction. It was a technological marvel, and for a time it gave the teams that adopted it a significant competitive advantage. But why then was such a groundbreaking innovation eventually banned from Formula 1? Well, the answer lies in the quest for fairness and safety. Whilst active suspension made cars faster and more stable, it also introduced several concerns. Firstly, the technology was expensive. It placed a considerable financial burden on teams, making it much harder for smaller teams, less wealthy teams to compete. Secondly, driver skill. Some argued that the active suspension was diluting the importance of driver skill. With the car handling so much on its own, the role of the driver was seen as less critical. And lastly, and potentially most importantly, safety concerns were raised. Active suspension was so efficient at smoothing out bumps that it could potentially mask the sensation of losing grip, which is crucial for driver awareness and safety. So in response to these concerns, the FIA finally took action in 1994, when Formula 1's governing body banned active suspension, deeming it incompatible with the sport's ethos of competition and safety. This decision marked the end of an era in Formula 1, but it also paved the way for new innovations and exciting developments in the sport. While active suspension remains a fascinating chapter in Formula 1 history, the ban served as a reminder that innovation in sport must strike a balance between pushing boundaries and maintaining fairness and safety. And so the rise and fall of active suspension remains a captivating story of ambition, ingenuity, and the enduring pursuit of excellence in the world of Formula 1. Innovation number 3 on the list really brings to light a bit of an underdog story. With an innovation that forever etched its name into the sport's history is the double diffuser. It wasn't just a car component, it was a game changer that set the paddock ablaze, revolutionising how Formula 1 cars generated downforce, sparking controversy, and eventually meeting its demise. The tale of the double diffuser started in 2009, when the FIA implemented new aerodynamic regulations, the aim being to reduce costs and improve overtaking by mandating a narrower and higher rear wing. This significant rule change forced teams to seek alternative ways of generating downforce without compromising on speed. And so, the double diffuser, a piece of ingenious engineering, was born. 3 teams, Braun GP, Williams, and Toyota, saw an opportunity in the new regulations. They designed a diffuser with 2 layers, capitalising on a loophole in the rulebook. Unlike the single-layer diffusers, the double diffusers could channel and accelerate the airflow underneath the car more effectively, creating a massive increase in downforce. The double diffuser worked in a genius way. At its core, the double diffuser was all about airflow manipulation. It had a deep multi-layered channel underneath the car's rear end, and as air passed over the top of the diffuser and accelerated, it created an area of low pressure. This low pressure zone effectively sucked the car down to the track, increasing grip and stability, especially during high-speed corners. But out of the 3 teams that implemented the double diffuser, Brawn GP seized the spotlight. Their car, the Brawn BGP001, featuring the innovative diffuser, quickly became the one to beat. In a true underdog story that captured the imagination of fans worldwide, Brawn GP, previously known as Honda Racing, went from an underfunded team to a dominant force. Naturally, as soon as rival teams caught wind of the double diffuser's success, a frantic development race ensued. Teams like Ferrari, McLaren and Red Bull rushed to retrofit the cars with their versions of the double diffuser. However, controversy loomed, and some teams argued that the double diffuser violated the spirit of the regulations, even if it was technically legal. The matter eventually reached the FIA International Court of Appeal in 2009, where the FIA upheld the legality of the double diffuser, leading to a competitive 2009 season. The legacy of the double diffuser extends far beyond 2009. It exemplified the relentless pursuit of innovation in F1, and the brilliance of the engineers and designers. It also highlighted the fine line between interpreting and exploiting the regulations. The controversy surrounding the double diffuser prompted the FIA to tighten rules in subsequent seasons to maintain a level playing field, and by the time the 2011 season came around, the very loophole that had given birth to the double diffuser in the first place was unceremoniously sealed in the regulations, bringing an end to this captivating era of aerodynamic wizardry. But in the grand tapestry of Formula 1 history, the double diffuser remains a symbol of innovation, controversy, and the relentless quest for an edge on the track. It serves as a testament to the ever-evolving nature of the sport, where integrity knows no bounds. While it may have been banned, its impact endures, inspiring future generations to push the envelope while staying within the confines of the rulebook. And it's safe to say the double diffuser saga is a chapter in F1's history that will forever be etched into the hearts of fans. And with that said, a big thanks to all of you who stuck around to this point in the video. Let me know your favourite banned F1 innovation in the comments below, and be sure to like and subscribe for more Formula 1 content like this in the future. And until the next time, bye bye.